Yo. Who do we got in chat? We have some huge smarty calling me late hub. I guess I was 2 minutes late today. What else do we have? We have Chow Fan says hi, Chris. What's up? LJ, what's up? What else do we have in here? Whom else do we have in here? Whom else is in chat right now? We got, yo, everyone say hi if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, someone say hi in chat, all right? Someone say hi in chat. You guys can hear me. Sorry, I have this playing right here. All right, who's in chat? We have Matt Pack, we have Jarson, we have Sonder, we have Xavier, we have Michael, Sonic DVD, Kai Roblox, Brick Zone, what's up, Brick Zone? We have Chow Fan, the King of Hearts, Junior Ramirez. We have George, we have Insta, Sonic Fan, Santi, Wellness. Is this guy's name no, George Carrot. I thought his name was Brain Rot. Leo Bryan, Supersonic Jr., Miriam, Logan Hall, OVA, Sonic Racer, Junior. What's up, man? How we doing over here? Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just doing my Slayer task in RuneScape before we while we get set up with the stream. Someone says I missed Snow Valley. Okay. Sonic Fan, what's up? Sonic Speedaholic, Jump Switch, Man Face Tails, Chronicle Chris. What is up, bro? What is up? What is going on with the gang over here, guys? This is like an emergency stream. I want to check out some of the reviews for this Knuckles show before it comes out. We're gonna watch some reviews. We're gonna react. We're gonna see what people are saying about the show. This will be a good way to kind of see what's going on, right? This will be a good way to see what's going on. We have Ali, what's up? Preston, Xavier, what's up? Foxy, Tails. Who else is in here? Arton Gamer says Fortnite. Drew Sun says hi. Sydney. Jesse, what's up? Fingus, what's up? The next Sonic game, Sonic will be crucial role in the next game. You think so? Using Unreal Engine to try to port Metal Harbor and Green Forest. Is that what you use, Unreal Engine? Or are you making a game in Unreal Engine? You talking about for, what's it called? Are you talking about for... Hello, Chris. What's up? I guess one quick announcement I have for you guys. For those of you who don't follow me over here, it's my Twitch. For those of you who want to follow me on Twitch, I stream other games there. If you want to see me play other games, you can watch me stream over here, all right? We won't stream any Sonic on this channel. I'm going to rebrand the name eventually. But yeah, you guys can watch me. I streamed last night, actually, on Twitch. So you guys can follow me there if you want. We're going to check out some of these Knuckles reviews. Should I rewatch the Sonic movies before the show? I think you should, just to do it. But apparently you don't need to watch the... you don't need to watch it, is what people are saying. Chat's lagging? Is it? Something is up with the chat, man. Something is up with my chat. I gotta refresh the catch. I gotta refresh the catch of the page. What's up, Chris? What's up, Ledzimus? Trying to make Unreal Engine game? Oh, nice. Very cool, very cool. Okay, I think the chat's working now. I'm gonna follow. Yeah, only listen. We won't play a single Sonic game there. It's only if you want to see me play like real games, real actual games. So yeah, we're gonna get into some of the. I guess we'll watch some of these reviews. Do you like the profile pictures of Sonic Forces Speed Battle? I do. I do actually. Actually, I do. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, no lag today. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so I guess we'll watch this review right here. Right? I guess we'll watch... I guess we can watch this review to start. This guy says Knuckles series review starring Wade, not Knuckles. Let's give it a shot. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. This is the first review. I want to see what's going on because there's been some talk on Twitter. You know, people are upset. And granted, I mean, listen, is there a reason for it? Maybe. People are saying some of the reviews, like if you go on Kotaku, let's look up Kotaku. Kotaku Knuckles. If you look up the Kotaku Knuckles review, it says Knuckles is barely in his own Paramount Plus show. If you look even closer, it says 76 minutes out of the 172-minute long season is where we see Knuckles. And that's not even like significant scenes. So here's a review that kind of parrots that. This is someone who's seen the show, right? And you know, this is what we got to deal with. This is what we have to go base off of. So here we go.
Spin-off Knuckles drops on Paramount Plus. So let's talk about it.
Oh, we're gonna get copyrighted?
Hi, my name is Sean, and I love to talk about movies and TV way too much. With that in mind, go ahead and join me down below in the comments section. Let me know what's your excitement.
I'll leave a link
level
for the video, guys. The video is right here for those of you who want to check it out. Sean Chandler talks about Knuckles series if you want to check out his video.
for the Knuckles series, and if you've seen it, what did you think about it? With that said, let's get started with the review. And this is a show that I was actually really excited to check out. One of the things that I really appreciate about
So this guy also, it's worth noting to point out, he's like a general audience kind of guy. This is like a straight up just like movie channel, right? It says I talk movies too much. So that is hold on one sec. One sec. All right, sorry. So that's kind of important to call out, right? I mean, there's the Sonic fans, you know who you are if you're a Sonic fan, and there's the people that just like want to watch movies, which I'm sure Paramount would probably want to appeal to as well.
The modern streaming era, as that the line and division between movies and television has disappeared, in which case you can have these streaming-based, television-based continuations of movie franchises where you'll get the stars of big franchises making appearances in TV shows. And so when they first announced this, I went, I kind of dig that. I like the idea of Knuckles getting his own little spin-off, his own place to be front and center that expands the lore.
It really does sound perfect too. Wait, he says, wait.
Just a little bit, but
Expand the lore just a little bit. This is the thing that a lot of Sonic fans want. When we first heard that a Knuckles TV show was going to be announced, it was like, what's it called? It was like, all right, maybe we'll see the Chaotix. Maybe we'll see like a little bit more of his backstory. Maybe we'll see a little bit of his tribe. You know, maybe it'll expand into the more Sonic type stuff. Maybe the movies, you go a little bit more casual, but for the spin-off show, I feel like they had more free range to do other stuff. And it looks like for some people, it turned out to be a Wade show. So let's keep going.
without necessarily being a mandatory piece of the storyline. And so I dug it. And then the trailer came out a couple months back, and it captured the right vibe. It really did feel like it fit in the world of the Sonic movies, but we're spinning off a story about Knuckles and having his own little story being told. Unfortunately, the TV show as a whole does not at all deliver on the promise of the premise. About 20%, 25% of this show is exactly what I hoped it would be.
25% is that what he just did? He say 25%?
About 20%, 25% of the show.
20 to 25% of the show is what he's saying is actually Knuckles. The King of Hearts says, time to beg my mom to get Paramount Plus, y'all. Thank you for the super chat, man. Everybody spam W in chat. He says, you know, when Knuckles was announced, you would be able to see Rouge or Mecha Sonic as the villains. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Again, I don't think that we need all these extra characters. I don't think it's going to work because, again, I think for some people, 4 Sonic characters might be too overwhelming. So I think introducing them into a show might be a little bit too premature. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what Paramount's thinking. I don't think we need the other characters, but if there was going to be an opportunity to maybe go into the backstory, which I think maybe the Chaotix would have fit. They're in the spin-off, the prequel comic. Like, they're in that. So maybe they could have done that, but I don't know.
Exactly what I hoped it would be. When the show focuses in on Knuckles trying to find his place on Earth while being hunted down by the organization, the gun organization, and they're trying to build out tech and big robots and things like that. When it's a Sonic spinoff with Knuckles in the lead, it's good. Of course, Idris Elba is a fun choice to do Knuckles. Knuckles with his
really good
warrior ethic is a lively, fun character. And whenever you have big robot things, it's cool. Whenever you have laser tech and things like that, it's cool. The problem is 75% of this show is about Wade.
That's crazy. So some people were saying it's like a little less than half. Now he's saying 75% of the show is about Wade. Now I can see that. I haven't seen the show, But you can see why that's kind of an issue. The show is called Knuckles. I mean, the synopsis did say it was going to be about Knuckles and Wade, but the show is called Knuckles, not Wade, featuring Knuckles.
When you look at the season as a whole, really the main plot line is about Wade trying to compete in a bowling tournament while reconciling with his family, with the side character of Knuckles having a character arc about trying to train up a warrior to find purpose on the earth. That's what the show really is. And then a subplot about some people trying to track down Knuckles. But the blunt force of it, the main driving force of the plot is Wade and a bowling tournament.
That's crazy.
That's what pushes things forward.
That's really crazy.
And you get into it. In the second episode, they sideline Knuckles and put the focus on Wade. The third episode is about Wade and his family and family dinner. The fourth episode is about Wade trying to escape from something and the adventure that goes on with him while Knuckles is back somewhere else. The fourth episode is about Wade.
That's
and
crazy.
Stuff going on with him. Notice a pattern here? The show is about Wade, not Knuckles. And that is so unbelievably disappointing. And I don't even mind Wade as a character in and of himself. I think could have been fine in an episode 1 and 6.
He's not even a bad character. I'm gonna go on a stretch here, and I think he's actually like kind of funny. Like I always liked his parts of both movies, movie 1 and movie 2. But the problem is, like, again, some people 75% being about that character is a little bit crazy. It is a little crazy. I mean, this guy actually watched the show, so it's disappointing. But also maybe we should have never had our expectations that high to begin with. Maybe like I think I'll still enjoy the show. There's this idea that it can be a good Sonic show, and then there's the idea it could be a good show. It could be 90% Wade, 10% Knuckles, and technically still be a good show. That's, I guess, more what we should look forward to. We're gonna see some of the Sonic movie universe kind of move along a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
The plot is properly balanced between Wade and Knuckles.
Someone says, I actually like the wedding scene from Sonic 2. I like the wedding scene. Here's the problem with the wedding scene. The problem with the wedding scene is where it takes place in the movie. The wedding scene is actually important due to the fact that it introduces Gunn, like, officially, and kind of shows that they've been keeping a tab on Sonic. I think some of the fallout from the wedding scene is actually going to play over into Sonic Movie 3 with Gunn, obviously. The problem with the wedding scene is where it takes place in the film. It's right towards the end. The movie has about a 2-hour runtime, and you're about an hour 30, hour 40 into the movie or so when that scene starts. Takes a little bit longer. So you're looking at the clock and you're like, wait, this movie's about to end. Like, you know, it feels like it's robbing us of precious time that, you know, we're allotted to for the movie. We wait years for these movies to come out. And then it's like, oh no, like the movie's about to end. Like, can we speed this up a little bit? So maybe if it takes place, maybe it's a little bit shorter, takes place a little bit towards the middle of the film, maybe it's a little bit better. I don't know. That was my issue with the wedding scene. It's it is important because it does introduce Gunn to the series. You know what I mean? Do you agree with me? Knuckles should be the star of the show because the show is called Knuckles? Well, yeah, I would agree with that. Wade is better as a side character? Yeah, I think so too. You feel like that's capped? There's no way it's only 75%. He could be exaggerating, but I mean, he saw the show. We didn't see it, right? So
Wade is fine. However, when you're really diving into Wade and his family issues, while Knuckles has disappeared or Knuckles is just sitting at the table quietly, your show just loses all momentum. Obviously.
That's kind of like what I said with the wedding scene. I feel like it kind of lost a little bit of momentum, you know?
You're all watching a Knuckles show because we want to see Knuckles. No one cares about Wade. No one is watching this show for Wade. We're certainly not watching it for Wade's sister, who they hired like some comedian, and it feels like she's just riffing and making up all of her lines, and they're not funny. We're not there to meet his parents and learn about their marital issues and his daddy issues.
Probably true.
But that's so much of what this show is actually about, and it's incredible.
Hey, listen, CGI is expensive, though, I will say. I honestly thought this show was going to be like Sonic 1, where Wade was going to be connecting with Knuckles, sort of like Tom and Sonic. Yeah, I think that could have been cool. I think what I really wanted the show to do is, I mean, again, I haven't seen it, was explore more of his backstory. Like maybe the chaotics didn't need to be in the show, but maybe we could have seen flashbacks of like, because if you look at the comic, hold on, let me pull up the comic real quick. If you look in the prologue comic, wait, hold on, let me. If you look at the prologue comic, you see right in the back, right here, the chaotics. You see them right here. So I was thinking like maybe for the Knuckles show, they could have shown some of this stuff. Knuckles is in like an arena. He's fighting a giant crab or something like that. I don't know if the prequel comic is actually canon to the movies, but I mean, seeing something like this, even if it was a flashback or one of the episodes, I think it would have been better off exploring some of that stuff. But again, the show could still be good. It could still be good. It doesn't have to be a good Sonic show as much as we want it to be.
Incredibly disappointing, because in the show, when it's focused on Knuckles, you go, yeah, that's it. That's what we wanted.
Hope that happened too in Sonic 2. Too many humans. Hope that doesn't happen in movie 3. I mean, humans have always been a part of Sonic, you know? You think Eggman's a human. You mean Maria, Gerald Robotnik, like SA1, SA2. They're full of humans. There's nothing inherently wrong with humans in the story. It's just like when they take the focus of everything. If I made the show, I would have made Knuckles connect with Wade by having flashbacks to explore his backstory. Maybe it's still possible they can do that. I swear at the end of Sonic 3, I pray his friends can go back to their planet. I want a real Sonic movie for Sonic 4. I like to like I was thinking if they continue the Sonic movie universe without Jim Carrey, that's certainly something that could be possible, right? Like they go back to Sonic's planet or something like that, and then it becomes more of a Sonic kind of thing if they do more shows. So we'll see what happens.
And most of the show is not about Knuckles. It feels like a very below average sitcom about a bowling tournament with a fun subplot about Knuckles.
You did say fun, though. It looks like the Knuckles parts will be good, though. We saw that fight scene earlier today. It definitely looked pretty fire.
That's what the show is. And kind of even beyond that, so much of the humor feels like in-jokes that I don't think kids would understand. There's this whole bit about TJ Maxx, where maybe they were trying to copy the Olive Garden joke from the Sonic movies, and they just keep talking about TJ Maxx.
Y'all like TJ Maxx? Oh my God, there's an ad. Get off my screen.
Kids don't know what TJ Maxx is.
Probably true.
There's a lot of all these like weird kind of references to rock operas and things like that that just kids won't understand. It's very juvenile in humor. Like the second episode, I was thinking, oh, okay, this is like the Nickelodeon version of Sonic. Like it's very kiddie in nature at times with its juvenile humor. But that is the target demographic for Sonic. You have to keep that in mind too. And the first two movies were kind of like that. But there are some raw moments. There are some moments for everybody. I mean, I'm a lifelong fan. I definitely enjoyed the first two movies. Second movie more than the first one. We're having all these jokes that kids won't understand. They won't catch the references. Even some of the
But also, he was saying two things. He was saying that, one, the jokes are not understandable enough for kids, but also, two, it's juvenile. So it's like, which one is it? Is it both? Because that would be a good blend. I think that'd be a win-win for everyone, right?
Casting choices, I'm not sure exactly what they were going for, where they cast Carrie Elwes as well as Stockard Channing in the film. I assume that they're a little bit pricier to get them to do a show like this, considering what their parts are in the show.
That's probably true.
It's not like there's a lot of children that will be like, oh, look, Carrie Elwes. Oh, look, Stockard Channing. She was in Grease.
I actually don't know any of these people.
So it's like they overcast these parent roles and then undercast a bunch of the side roles, or they spent money on the casting and didn't spend enough time to do VFX for Knuckles. Like, I just don't understand what they were thinking. I don't know.
That would be disappointing if they spent more money on casting than the actual VFX. I don't know if that's true. Like, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but 25 to 75 ratio does feel a little bit disappointing. I will say that.
How they went wrong, because I don't think anyone could watch this show and think, that had as much Knuckles as I wanted it to have. I just can't fathom anyone thinking that. Even if you like the Wade stuff, even if you, so was it a budget issue? Did they think they were going to be able to do more with the budget that they had than they were able to actually pull off? Like, something went very wrong at some point in time, or they greenlit just.
This guy seems like he's only hating it. Well, maybe he doesn't like it. I wonder. I want to see what the positives are. I mean, he said some good things about, like, you know, the parts with Knuckles in it. So 25%, at least 25% of the show should be good, according to him. I would like to see some. There are a lot of positive reviews out there. We're gonna get into those.
It's a stupid idea. Like, hey, what if we did a Wade show and then like Knuckles is in it too with a little bit. Like, what? I just don't understand what happened here with this show. And, you know, our villains in it, the main guy is played by the actor who was the Hound on Game of Thrones. He's amusing enough. It's fun when he's in a big robot suit. The two henchmen, one of them is, I know her from Ted Lasso. I mean, they're fine. They're not memorable. They're not written to be memorable. None of them have anything particularly interesting about them. They're just kind of like people like out to stop aliens and grab quills and stuff like that for power. Just generic stuff that feels like leftover characters from the movies just dropped in here. And that's kind of the problem with the whole thing. It just feels ill-conceived. Like, none of it was inspired. None of these are great ideas. It's just a lazy sitcom that happens to have Knuckles in it. And when Knuckles is in it, when Knuckles is doing stuff, it's fun and it's cool.
Okay.
But that's just such a small percentage of the Knuckles show.
Okay.
Which is baffling. So put it all.
Is it that baffling though when it's like CGI is expensive? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they tried to get away with doing less. They tried to get more for doing less, maybe, which again, that does sound kind of disappointing, but he says the Knuckles parts are good, so maybe if you like Wade, maybe it will end up being good. I mean, there's some good reviews out there, so we will check those out also.
Altogether, I can't recommend checking it out. It doesn't really do anything important with the plot that you'll need to watch it before watching Sonic 2. It just kind of
It's actually after. It's actually after Sonic 2. Maybe he means Sonic 3.
Abruptly at the end of it. The episodes are under 30 minutes long. Sonic and Tails are in it for like 5 minutes total.
No.
So
I'm disappointed about that.
It's a total miscalculation. And in an era where just 2 weeks back we got Fallout, which was a fantastic adaptation of a video game, where streaming services are doing it right. Paramount Plus has done some adaptations of movies into TV shows even recently, like with Ted, that were really good. This one misses the mark.
Okay.
And I don't even know why, because it seems like they knew what people wanted.
Yeah.
They just gave us Wade and his family.
So yeah, that's that, guys. That's the first review. Most negative reviewers of the Sonic Cinematic Universe are normally people who want the movies to be like the Mario movie. In my opinion, that's just where it's just remember that. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about the Mario movie. It was successful because Mario is a huge franchise. Like, technically, the movie did not critically perform well in terms of the critics. They didn't really like the movie. The plot was shallow. I kind of liked the movie. I thought it was all right. I only watched it once, so I never revisited it, and I don't think I have a reason to. So, I mean, the show is, like I said, what's your show doing on Rotten Tomatoes? Knuckles, Rotten Tomatoes. Show's currently at 75, okay? The show's right now, as of today, the show is at 75. So I'm still going to go into the show with an open mind. It does suck that there is not enough Knuckles, according to this guy. 75 is a really good score, and it's multiple points higher than, it's double-digit points higher than Sonic Movie 1, and it's like 6 points higher than Sonic Movie 2. There are some really good reviews out there. Critics hated it, but people like me loved it. I mean, it's really all about the people, right? It is all about the people. Still gonna wait myself, considering this YouTuber answered me totally petty way who asked him a question about the show. Waiting is the best voice. Are you talking about me, Finn? Or are you talking about this guy? The guy in this video? This guy? Talking about this guy? It's beating Sonic Movie 1 and 2. That's the thing. It is beating Sonic Movie 1 and 2. It comes back to that issue. The issue I was talking about. Like, IGN did a review. IGN Knuckles review. Did they do a video review? It'd be a lot easier to watch that. It would actually be a lot easier to watch that. Like, we have the IGN review, for example. And they gave it an 8 out of 10. They said it's great. They did not only say it's good. They said it's great. So let's kind of check out their review maybe. Maybe we could check out their review real quick. The critics definitely love 75% of the show. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the 75%, maybe they like Wade more or something like that. Paramount is not Disney. They don't have billions of dollars spent on CGI. Yeah, that's probably true. Let's see what we got here. It says, how can a character as gruff and stoic as Knuckles carry an entire TV show? The answer lies in a lovable, dim-witted human companion, Wade Whipple. Wade may play second banana to James Marsden's Tom Wachowski in the Sonic movies, but the new Paramount Plus miniseries Knuckles is his time to shine and to become the next warrior of the Echidna tribe. Well, sort of. His Tournament of Champions is actually a nationwide bowling competition in Reno. So it's really all about this bowling competition. And he's already been dumped by his team in favor of an 8-year-old girl with rich parents. Thankfully, Knuckles is on hand to straighten Wade out and pair set off for an epic clash of 10-pin titans. Let's be honest, it makes zero sense, but pairing Knuckles with Wade is an absolute masterstroke. I actually agree with this. I feel like they have two very good contrasting personalities. IGN finally gives Sonic content a good rating. Yo, that's facts, bro. That's actually true. It's actually funny to see that. Let's see what else. 80s obsessed man-child is a perfect counterpoint to the last Echidna warriors, and their unlikely friendship becomes the backdrop for an adventure that inverts Sonic and Tom's relationship in the movies. Here, Knuckles is playing it straight while Wade amps up the comedy, never-ending sense of daydreams, misadventures, and slapstick gags. Idris Elba is wonderfully steely as Knuckles, while Wade, hams up just about every scene that he's in. It's a fantastic dynamic. Knuckles' determination in the face of Wade's constant blunders keeps both the plot and laughs rumbling along. So like I said, it could be a funny show. I feel like Wade is a funny character. Like, I feel like I watched like a couple clips of the show and I actually did find it to be funny for like the one clip that I saw. Like, I think it could be good. Great to see other members of the Team Sonic return for the show. We have Sonic and Tails. Pachachamak is in the show too. I wonder what's up with that. It's a little cameo. That's the elder from Sonic Adventure, the leader of the Knuckles tribe. Two former gun agents, Kid Cudi and Ellie Taylor. Getting to Reno isn't quite as easy as they hoped. This is resulting in plenty of face-offs and a boss fight at the end of the series that offers some true exhilaration. The production value is surprisingly high for a streaming series, and combat feels chaotic, well-paced, and a lot of fun. Introduction to Wade's family, killer combo of Stockard, Channing as his mom, blah, blah, blah. Knuckles does a neat variation on the formula of the Sonic movies, with the baddies deriving their power from one of the Echidna's own quills, but there's enough variety and novelty here to prevent things from feeling stale. It's not the speed that's the factor of the miniseries, but it's pure brute force. One that Wade hilariously hopes to adopt in his training with Knuckles. There's a training montage, a kick-ass soundtrack of 80s classic, and Wade rocks out to Scorpion's Rock You Like a Hurricane is a delight. Knuckles is pure joy, but there's so much more to that too. The bowling competition adds a quirky twist that leads to motorback duels and epic bowl-off. Epic bowl-off, all right. I don't know about bowling, all right? And the mids, how do you make bowling exciting, all right? I mean, it's kind of fun to play bowling, but like, I don't know. That's what confuses me. I saw a totally different range of reviews. Like, very few gave the show a real low vote, while others were vastly positive. So that's the thing. We have this issue here where it's like the Sonic fans versus the critics. No one cares I'm going to be honest with you, no one cares what Sonic fans think. Sonic fans are not, especially like the Twitter types, are not as important as they think they are. They're a very small minority of people. I think what Paramount really cares about is making money, 1, 2, satisfying critics, and then 3, being as faithful to Sonic as possible. Obviously, you have to make it a Sonic type of show. Like, there has to be Sonic elements to it, but to some people, it doesn't, we don't need Sonic Unleashed, the movie. We don't need Sonic 06. I mean, some people don't like Sonic 06, but we don't need it to be that in-depth. It's got to be good enough, and it has to be just, most importantly, a good show. Like, people got to like the show regardless of 10% Knuckles, 100% Knuckles. The show's got to be good. What if it was 100% the most faithful Sonic movie show ever, and it was trash? You know what I mean? So, anyways, Knuckles is very funny with a ton of heart. The little red guy lends his name to the series. It's Wade who steals the show. See, it's one of those. I think even positive and negative reviews can both agree upon the fact that Wade is like, he's he does play a really prominent role. You should host a watch party on Discord. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe we'll do it in my actual. We'll do it on the channel. We'll just blur it out. Knuckles definitely channels the buddy cop energy of Sonic in surprising directions. It's a welcome addition to the growing cinematic saga. It's not just more of the same either. This adventure feels funny and fresh in ways that are completely unlike the films. Knuckles often takes a backseat to Wade in his over-the-top personality, but that's not a bad thing. See, that's the thing. Is it a bad? It depends on who you ask. It's an exciting twist in the Sonic formula that sets Knuckles apart. Throw a fistful of frenzied fight scenes and a main quest that's touching and hilarious. Let's go. There's going to be maybe a good plot. And, you know, emotions and stuff like that, character development, and maybe some heartfelt moments. And Knuckles adds a burst of chaotic energy. So here's the final verdict. This is what they said. Knuckles is that guy. He can make anything interesting. That's facts. Bit like Fallout, creators said openly they want to make a show that's good all around and not just for the fans, but without neglecting them. Hopefully Knuckles' show will be the same. That's what I'm saying. There has to be a balance. We can't get Sonic Unleashed the movie. Like, something like that would never happen. It just won't. And you might not even want, you don't want it to bomb critically. You want to make sure that there's a balance. As much as I want more Knuckles, like, trust me, I want more Knuckles in it, but like I said, the show can still be good without him. That's the point I'm trying to make. We could still enjoy the show as for what it is. Personally, my personal bias is yes, I want more Sonic. So Knuckles is an absolute riot. Wade's over-the-top antics give the echidna a much-needed foil. The result is a laugh-a-minute road movie that just happens to be a 6-part miniseries. It's bold, creative, and takes some big swings. There's some heartwarming payoff too, as Knuckles and his hapless human sidekick grow ever closer with each passing episode. It's actually good to see that too, that Knuckles is going to have someone to really confide in. He was always kind of a loner, kind of similar to Sonic was in these movies too. He was always kind of a loner, so it's good to see that he's gonna. The plot of the movie series is him adjusting and adapting to Earth. Obviously, he met Sonic and Tails as his two brothers, but he's still, as you can see in some of the prologue trailer stuff, he's still having a tough time adapting. So it's going to be cool to see more Knuckles, as much as of him as we can get. And this is filler, right? To me, this was always filler. I was never like that crazy. I was never that high in the Knuckles show. I'm still not even that I'm not as wear soap shoes in Sonic Movie 3. They should do some type of reference to that, even if it's just for one scene. They got to put a grind rail scene in there. So we watched that review. This guy has a 36-minute review. Oh no, it looks like a podcast. I'm trying to see if there's any other reviews we can watch. This person has a Knuckles review. It's only 4 minutes long. Is there any spoilers in this? Let's see if there's spoilers. This is actually, this could be a good one to watch. This one is 4 minutes long, so we can actually break this one down. I just hope there's no spoilers. Sonic fans make me feel embarrassed to be one of them. I mean, when I go on Twitter, I definitely get a little... These guys are crazy. I just realized the Find Your Flame remix. You should watch that one from the guy called Sonic Hub. Yeah, that's a fact. All right, why don't we check out this one? Check out this one. All right, so the next review is Knuckles series review. So much fun from Mama's Geeky. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. I want to check out this one and see what they're talking about. Hopefully no spoilers. I'll be a little upset.
Hey guys.
See what this person said they watched it.
Today I'm really excited to talk to you about the new series that's coming to Paramount Plus on April 26th, and that is Knuckles. Now listen, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I love these Sonic movies. The Sonic universe is expanding now with this series. So Knuckles fits in perfectly between Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
That is true. I mean, I feel like the big major plot points also are the movies. Those are the pillars. This is, I mean, it's just filler. It's nice to have it. You know, it's just fine to have it. I feel like there's nothing wrong with having it. So I don't think the biggest plot points need to be really hit in the Knuckles TV show.
However, is this
because like would you paywall like context for the next film in the show, right? So I feel like naturally you have to at least scale back a little bit of what goes on in the show. But again, I don't think it's probably not an excuse for only 25% of Knuckles being in the show.
Like required watching for understanding Sonic 3? Probably not. There's nothing like massive that happens here that you're like, oh my gosh, if you don't watch this before the third movie, you're gonna be so lost. You're gonna have no idea what happened. No, not the case. This is pretty much a really fun buddy road trip comedy adventure between Wade and Knuckles. Very similar-esque to what we got with Donut Lord and Sonic in the first one. So, very exciting to kind of have this little in-between and a lot of time to really get to know Knuckles better and enjoy more time with Knuckles. He's hilarious. Idris Elba is phenomenal, of course. He's so good.
He is really good as Knuckles. He's really good as Knuckles.
We've already seen him in this role and we know he's great, but it's really, you get, like, there's, okay, here's the way to put it. There's obviously lots of laugh out loud, hilarious moments. My kids and I were having a blast watching this, but there's also some deep emotional moments and you kind of really get to get inside Knuckles' head and listen, he's dealing with like being a warrior who's like, I've done my mission, like what do I do now, right? Where do I go next? What do I do? I'm on this planet.
I feel like that is something that's very relatable too. Like if you accomplish a goal that you have in life, and it's like some people work their entire lives to achieve a certain goal, which Knuckles in the movies, his goal was actually to defeat Sonic and like avenge his tribe or whatever. So it's like, and then, you know, Robotnik turns on him and everything. So it's like, once that's defeated, he's probably like depressed. He's probably really going through something. Like when you accomplish everything you worked for in your life, some people, they need purpose. Like you see this a lot with people who get older and they retire from their jobs and stuff like that. They feel like they have no purpose for some people. So this might be important to Knuckles' character as a show. I mean, for the show, I feel like.
And I just don't know what is going to come next for me. And so he's kind of dealing with that crisis. But of course, it's wrapped up in a really fun, exciting way. Wade just really wants to be a great bowler. And the two of them go towards this bowling championship tournament. Like, it's fun and it's funny. There's some great moments. Like I said, great comedy moments. There's some great action sequences. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a blast. And then we do get some Sonic. We get actually quite a bit of Sonic in the first episode. I love Ben
That's
Schwartz.
great.
I love him in this role. I think he's perfect as Sonic. So I was excited to get some of him as well. I guess I wasn't really expecting a lot of Sonic. It's not a lot of Sonic. I don't want to make you guys excited for what this isn't, but there's a fair amount of Sonic, especially in that first episode, that I was like, oh, I really wasn't expecting this. And I love Sonic and Knuckles together, so I was very pleased with that. And so, like I said, this fits in between 2 and 3. It gives you this story of Knuckles. Is it going to be mentioned? There might be probably a few little mentions of things in 3, but it's not going to like completely ruin your experience if you don't watch it. That being said, if you're a Sonic fan, Sonic Universe fan, a Knuckles fan, you should absolutely be checking this out. It's 6 episodes. They're each like 30-ish minutes. It's going to fly by. It's just like 3 hours, and it's so...
It's crazy that it's 3 hours, so it's basically longer than both Sonic movies, which is pretty crazy. Finn says, what if the whole Wade story the critics felt was too much was a way to make Knuckles familiarize also with the concept of family so that Knuckles knows how to act with the Wachowskis? Yeah, maybe.
So much fun. And like I said, emotional too. There's some heaviness in here, but really it's just a blast. And it goes by so quickly because the pacing is really well done. It's really well written. The jokes are there. It's fun. It's like exactly what I expected.
See? Good pacing, well written, good humor. Sometimes that's all you really need. You don't need anything else. At least when you're the big company, that's all you need.
And I'm very pleased, very happy to have gotten to see it. It comes out on Paramount Plus on April 26th, and I really do recommend you check it out. Like I said, I don't think you need to in order to understand Sonic 3, but it's fun. So like, why wouldn't you
double
check it out?
toasted review?
I don't know.
It's light on spoilers, but it's probably the one with the most funny bits. Those guys are a trip. I'll check it out.
That's my opinion. You guys let me know if you're excited for Knuckles down below in the comments. If by the time you got to this review, you've already seen it, let me know what you thought. It's very easily bingeable. It's like I said, it's about 3 hours, a little less.
All right, she's doing the like, comment, subscribe part. But yeah, guys, make sure to check out her video. Definitely, if you guys want to check out her review. Let's so people are saying check out the double toast review. There's definitely some spoilers. You said there's spoilers though? I mean, the plot, here's the thing, the plot doesn't even seem that crazy for the show. I feel like we already know the plot. It's like Knuckles sets off with Wade to go to a bowling tournament and make him a warrior. He fights the buyer and then he probably beats him and they go home and that's it. You know, I feel like that's pretty much it. But these guys also saw the video. I mean, the movie or the show. I keep calling it the movie. These guys actually saw. Okay. think it'd be amazing if there was a Shadow show taking place after Sonic Movie 3 about Shadow and his recurring memories. Yeah, that would be cool. I wish the show was about Knuckles guarding the Master Emerald. Yeah, we could check out the Double Toasted review. We could check it out. Let's see, what are people saying in the comments? Knuckles being extraneous own story, honestly true to character. Can't make a live action show without a CGI protagonist and turn it into a cartoon show. If it was too expensive, Knuckles and other CGI characters, and they should have just made this show with hand-drawn animated series. Okay. Basically a long movie with pee breaks. Okay. All right. The heck is that face? Yeah, he's making a funny face right now. All right. I guess we could check it out. All right. So we have the Knuckles series review by Double Toasted. They say there's some spoilers, so we'll see what happens.
That was not his show anymore.
It is.
It's not even a Sonic property anymore. Not at all.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, the whole driving thing and the people looking for him, that's not even a part of it by the 5th episode.
No. What they do is, I'll tell you what it turns into. This is wild, y'all. By the time they get to the 5th episode and get into what the real plight is, and the real plight has nothing to do with Knuckles at all.
Wow.
None.
So look, like I said, there's mixed reviews, but they're trying to say it has nothing to do with Knuckles. The first 2 negative reviews, they're really down in the fact that he's apparently or allegedly not in the show that much.
Ooh, Martin, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God for Sonic being bros and best buddies and best friends with Knuckles over here. That
He said Knuckles.
Alien enchilada, whatever it was his
He
name.
called him an enchilada. Yo, in case I was at CinemaCon, there's an ad playing on TV about Knuckles. There's some new scenes. Okay.
Echidna. When you say echidna, no, I ain't kidding at all. Yeah, you know that alien echidna that came down to be an enemy of Earth? Because if he hadn't, we would have been in trouble, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, the skills and power that this warrior, damn weasel, whatever it is.
Call him a weasel.
Echidna.
What's an echidna anyway?
I don't know.
It's like it's like if you mixed an anteater with a porcupine.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that is kind of alien when you think about it. I'm just gonna call him an echidna, right?
Yeah.
Well, he said, I ain't kidding either. I was gonna come down and whoop all y'all's asses down.
Yes, he was.
I was
Just playing.
Yeah, y'all looking at me thinking I got all these big ass, fluffy ass gloves. And I'm red, got these big cute eyes. Y'all think I'm playing. I was about to take this shit over. And can do it too. Y'all thought I was bullshit. But Sonic came in and said, hey man, you ain't gotta do this. They're good people down here.
That's funny. Bro.
Mess up the good thing.
Yeah, Robotic was using you.
Yeah, you know, he wasn't nothing but a bitch.
Love your channel. Hope everything is all is well. Thank you, bro.
Come on. I mean, you were being brainwashed by the wrong person. These some good people down here on Earth. That dude you listen to, Jim Carrey, he's bad. Nah, man, you just lay back. You know, not only if you lay back and be cool, not only if you find that these people are nice, but you know, they'll take you in. Oh, yeah. They'll feed you, clothe you,
Teach you to read.
Yeah, I mean, don't ruin a good thing, man. Come on down here, chill out, man. You know, enjoy these perks we got down here. So yeah, man.
Echidnas actually have huge claws to dig with. I didn't know that, bro. I've never even seen an echidna.
Been in bad shape had Knuckles come down here and actually did what he was planning to do. But Sonic talked to him, and that wasn't clear. Another thing we would have been deprived of right here. We would have been deprived of his comedy. Who knew? As serious as he is, man, who knew that he was so funny?
Sure.
He's so funny, man, that he was the breakout star.
It's not a review. It's
Sonic,
about roasting Knuckles.
Sonic himself.
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. Yeah, Sonic didn't get no show. I mean, he got, big movies.
and cartoons.
And video game series and a lot of toys. Yeah. But I mean, look,
these guys don't know anything about Sonic, obviously, though. So that's something to keep into account.
The show, at least not he got anything about the plot or anything yet. We'll cover all that in a little bit. Let's just say this. Let's just talk about the show.
All right, finally, 5 minutes in the video.
A fan of the movies, some good news for when this starts out. So this starts out just like any kind of Sonic movie out there, except that it's Knuckles' show. And this starts out with him doing what you expect him to do. You know, he's out there running on his little obstacle course. You know, so they can do the mandatory reference to the games. Mm-hmm. You know, these and the opening scene looks great. You know, the money is there. It feels like it's lifted straight from a Sonic movie.
Yep.
On the big screen.
Yep, it could be Sonic 3.
It could be.
I think any Sonic character should get a spin-off other than Sonic or Knuckles. Who do you want it to be? Shadow.
Knuckles. Voiced by Idris Elba, of course. Now, some things are immediately noticeably missing. For one, Jim Carrey is Dr. Eggman. He said, hell no, I ain't doing this show.
Yeah, no, there's no way they can get him in. Also, he's not even technically alive.
You couldn't get Jim Carrey. He's an expensive actor.
Yeah, you can't afford that. You lucky you got me for Sonic. So you crazy if you think I'm gonna be in a show about a side character? Hell no. Call me when that Blue Rat is making another movie. He got money.
Right.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll make another movie. Also missing is James Marsden as Tom Wachowski.
We couldn't afford James Marsden.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, look, I'm with Jim, y'all. Like, I know I ain't that big, but I got shit to do too.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that gives us a little bit more budget.
Yeah. Look, gives us more time for Knuckles and friends. You know, because Knuckles ain't cheap. That effect ain't cheap at all. And like I said, that's okay because this is Knuckles' show. All right, this ain't the Jim Carrey show, and it's certainly nobody showed up for no Tom show. The only reason why
no, we don't really care about him that much either.
Only reason why we care about Tom is because he hangs out with Sonic. True. Other than that, ain't nobody trying to see no Tom spit up. But hey, listen, it's okay. We got Maddie Wachowski's still here. Tika Sumner as Maddie. Would you look who we have here? Oh, Sonic himself, along with Tails. They came in to make an appearance. My man Sonic, now that's a good friend. Sonic came out to support his man in his first show.
It wasn't easy for me to understand this planet at first either.
Must have steely focus. Steely.
If you don't get out my gut.
Like, this part looks kind of funny, right? I mean, like I said, I mean, everyone who watched the Knuckles parts are pretty good.
Damn face, man. Look, I put up enough with you. I thought you'd be gone by now. I'm just doing this because I thought
wait for you to leave.
Yeah, I'm doing this because I thought they were gonna put your hands out by now. But look, this is getting old. Okay.
If I did half the shit you do, I'd be in the pound right now.
Hell, they put his ass under. Hell, he'd be put to sleep by this point. He'd be dead. But I will say this. Listen.
You have to appreciate Sonic showing up. It happens when they do a spin-off of a show. Some characters from the original show show up. They step in, the audience goes, woo!
Yeah, I came in to support. Yeah, I came in to support my boy right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know people here to see you, but you know, don't forget where who got you started. But I'm here for you. And Knuckles, listen, I'll say this. I did find it hilarious.
That's good.
Knuckles, he had this whole thing, that his shtick of trying to adjust to life on Earth and trying to be a good guy. Because it's hard for him to do that. It's hard for him to be a good guy, because, I mean, listen, Knuckles, yes, he's alien to this planet, but also he's mentally ill.
Well, being a warrior and fighting that's what he lives for. Yeah, that's all he knows.
He's got PTSD at this point. He's crazy,
Yeah.
Because my man sees danger everywhere. So it makes him dangerously mentally ill. Because he's out to committing felonies. He's committing felonies, y'all. This man is out here. He sees assassins in everything. So like there are some contractors at the house, and he sees them as a threat. He sees them as assassins coming to kill. We don't know. He just sees it. So now he's pulling a Batman on them. Mm-hmm. Taking them out. He got them swinging from the roof. Right. My man is kidnapped the mailman.
Stealth attacks.
Yo, that's so funny though.
Gladiator style. Got him out to look like Negan and shit. So
Yo, what would you do if you were this guy, bro? Look at him. He's
by these people. You end up killing one of these people one day if we're not careful.
And Tom is always conveniently gone.
Yeah, Tom ain't here. I got no.
Will this play in anything other than Paramount Plus? No way, brother. No way, bro. Because it's Paramount's franchise. They're gonna keep it on their own streaming service. The reason why people would even this show is supposed to drive subscribers. I'm only subscribed to Paramount Plus for this show.
Damn, my daughter ain't even here. Everybody left me with all these damn
creatures. It's out. No, we're looking at some of the reviews of people who've seen the show.
Over here, man. Left me with these alien creatures, and they
mixed reviews from general audience will let Paramount know that they should focus on Sonic characters, at least in the movies. Well, I feel like the wedding scene was kind of the indicator that people wanted just the regular Sonic characters in the movies. So I don't know. I think the people who write the show, if you're a big Hollywood writer or something like that, you probably want to stick to your own guns. You probably, at least in your own head, think you know something that the people don't. My bad, bro. My bad. Nah, you good, bro? You good? Yo, you good, bro?
Oh, traumatizing the mailman and beating the shit out of the construction and the contractors. I mean, listen, they let them know you gonna kill somebody one day. And I found it darkly funny. And it just also shows that Idris Elba was perfect casting.
Oh, yeah.
For this character, but Sonic.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fact.
Does step in. He said, "Look, we got a good thing going over here, man. You about to, all right? Figure it out, man. Go somewhere. Go on a journey. You got to figure this out." And it also helps that his spirit warrior, who's voiced by Christopher Lloyd, I believe,
Pachachamak,
comes in and tells him, "Yeah, Sonic is right, man. You kind of ill, man. You need to go on some kind of walkabout, a journey or something."
Yo, he's cooking Knuckles. Yo, he's really cooking Knuckles though. That's so funny, bro. Yeah, so Pachachamak, I guess he's in the show. I mean, clearly he's in the show, but that maybe serves a greater role. I'm guessing is this supposed to be his father or something? Is this supposed to be Knuckles' dad in the show? I mean, I know what he is in SA1, but obviously this is a different universe. So I wonder what his role is. Maybe it is supposed to be his dad.
And find yourself, because you about to hurt these people you said you care about. So, you know, that's also when the show steps in and it says, first of all, it's getting expensive.
It's showing all three of y'all.
It's getting expensive having all three you little bastards on the screen at the same time, all right? Sonic out there, man.
We appreciate you.
Ain't you got some side adventures to do? Some side quests or some shit? Hey, look, we got money, but it's getting kind of expensive with all three of y'all on the screen, so 2 of y'all.
That's probably what it is. Maybe it came down to budget.
Oh, y'all don't mind going somewhere.
Yeah, it's already Tails barely has any lines. Tails just mostly looks at Sonic and goes,
Knuckles series better be cooking. If not, the wait was for nothing. I feel like I was never really that like this show. I'm not like counting down the days to the show. I never was. I'm almost like more like I hope that I don't want the show to come out because I have to do a review on it. Like I'm counting down the seconds till Sonic Movie 3 comes out. The Knuckles show. It's like, oh, I gotta watch the show for 3 hours and I gotta make a review. Oh god, you know what I mean? Like that was my mentality in the Knuckles show.
Yeah, they made
But like it still can be good. It'll still be a fun watch.
shit as Tails to still as long as he could. Just looked. But shut up.
you cost us money to be quiet.
Yeah, and so Sonic and Tails, they out, man. They split. They love it. They come back. No, they didn't even say where they were going.
Shit, man. Even Maddie didn't come back.
Yeah, Maddie was going. I know why Maddie didn't come back. Shit, that's your friend. Y'all, yeah, right. Y'all figure this shit out. But Sonic and Tails, they booked out and they didn't come back no more.
Hey, Knuckles, you good? Because we're leaving.
And all right, listen, we get it. It's the Knuckles show. Okay, so I get it.
Is it?
But I'll get into that. So
He said,
now
"Is it?"
We are stuck. Now we stuck looking at Knuckles right now. And I can guarantee you, people talking about the show even saying, you know, this alien warrior learning earth stuff, fish out of water stick you got going on. It was funny for 10 minutes, okay? But you know, we got 5 more episodes. I don't know what we're gonna do with this shit, man. All right, we gotta find someone else to come in here. I mean, I know it's your show,
Someone
man.
less expensive to focus on.
Someone way less expensive. But listen, we know Jim Carrey ain't coming back. Shit, I mean, you can't even get James Marsden to come back. You know that you gotta get some budget shit going. So that's when they bring in the side character that most people did not like. What's his name?
I don't even dislike him though. That's the thing.
Wade, y'all. They brought in Wade, the character no one cares about. He was like the deputy that was in that last 2 movies. Some people even like that. He was
You forget he was in there.
They bring in
Wade. But he was.
Yeah, Wade, man. So Knuckles' spirit guide tells him again. Even he's trying to get rid of him. He's like, look, man, just find some dude. You know that dumbass deputy in town? Go help him. He needs to go on a journey too. You need to find yourself. He needs to be a man. So y'all go on a journey of self-discovery together. And so he's training Wade. Really, they trying to get everybody out. So they got to spend no more money on these other characters over here. They ain't got we ain't got to pay some of the bigger stars. So what do? They send out Knuckles and this fool on a road trip. And this is where this show goes south.
Yeah, because not only do they get rid of all those characters, at some point Knuckles disappears.
Yeah,
they call this Knuckles, but it's Wade. It's the Wade show.
And that's bad because one,
That is kind of messed up.
Wade is annoying. There's a reason why people hate Wade. Who plays this character?
Adam Pally.
Nothing against Adam Pally. Adam Pally's cool. Wade is a piece of shit.
Oh my god.
All right, he's goofy. He's a bumbling man child. He's clumsy. He's a cow. He's always screaming. Oh, look right there. Except not this big.
Well, this is the perfect pause frame right here. That's so funny. Yo, they're cooking Wade though.
He's also not funny.
No, he is not funny at all.
And he keeps trying to be.
He's not a man.
I always thought he was kind of funny.
Shit, there's nothing worse than somebody who's a big ass man child who's not funny. Then you see the way they live. He goes home. His room's still like he's 12 years old. Still got posters of Ninja Turtles and goddamn He-Man and shit. Well,
You're talking about our audience. It's your problem.
Yo, that's crazy. Just can't wait to watch Knuckles series when I get Paramount Plus. Hey, listen, we'll be watching it.
He's not funny, as you said, but what's worse about that is, too, he takes over the show. By the second episode, it's the Wade show. Knuckles goes on a road trip with him, not to make him a great warrior like he was told to do, I'll be a man. He goes on a road trip with him because Wade got daddy issues. So they go on a road trip to help him find his daddy who abandoned him. Now, this is funny. His daddy who abandoned him at TJ Maxx. So I abandoned his ass, too. That'd been my little white-ass kid.
Oh, they're cooking him. Yo, they're absolutely cooking him.
I'll tell you, this leads to a weird turn in this show. I want to hear what you have to say, but I just want to tell people how this show gets weird, because it's strange. There's cool action. There's cool fight scenes. You got two agents here played by Kid Cudi and Ellie Taylor. They are agents of the main villain in the show, the buyer.
Yeah, and the two of them they're basically Team Rocket.
Yeah, no, they
Team
really
Rocket,
100%.
yo, that's funny.
100%. And they're not that funny either, but they got cool action scenes with Knuckles, man. And the buyer's a former employee of Robotnik who got tired of being his bitch and his side man and his lackey, and he and now he's trying to make a name for himself. By the way, when Robotnik's not around, so it's the dude from Game of Thrones.
Right. The Hound.
Yeah,
that's cool. So there's going to be a little bit of it's good to see that they're going to keep some of that Eggman dynamic in the show, because it's interesting to see after Sonic 3, does Jim Carrey return for another Sonic movie? I mean, he's like 60 years old or something like that. Like, how many more Sonic movies can he really do? He was about to retire after the second one. I feel like we're lucky we got him for the third one. So if they really are true about keeping a Sonic cinematic universe going, they really want a Sonic, SCU or whatever you want to call it, spin-offs, all that, because that's what they've said. What do you do after Jim Carrey? And it seems like maybe something like this, but it just, how do you live up, how do you follow up to Jim Carrey? What, is Agent Stone going to be the next Eggman? Like, I just, you can't have a Sonic anything without Eggman. I feel like at least somewhere. Well, they'll always be living in the shadow without him. So I hope he keeps going.
Have to be going. What's going on? He's playing this to me again.
Nothing. They got some big effects for these fight scenes and they're cool and everything. But as far as the show goes, it's crazy because we get less Knuckles and we get more Wade and more humans that don't cost money. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, the show just turns into a mediocre sitcom or Nickelodeon show, which technically this is because this is Paramount, but it feels like a lame Nickelodeon show with a lot of money.
That's what I thought the whole time. Like I liked where it started, but once he gets with Adam Pally, the humor was all written like those later Nickelodeon shows with that same kind of like we're trying to be funny and like Looney Tunes, but nobody has the talent to pull it off. No, and it's just one lame joke after the next, and everything is predictable because you're like, we
might have seen a lot of the VFX. I feel like in these trailers.
This is what happens next. This is what you're going to say next. This is how it's going to happen. And nobody's bringing an A game.
Yeah, my money is on that this is going to be the last Sonic movie. I don't think it's going to be the last movie Sonic thing though. Like, think about like Jimmy Neutron, for example. I think it started off as a movie and then it went to a show on Nickelodeon. So I mean, Nickelodeon is a Paramount company, so maybe they could do more streaming on Paramount Plus, or maybe they could bring a Sonic show to like Nickelodeon or something. I don't know. I don't want it to be the end. Like, I really do enjoy. I mean, these movies have been great. There's something to look forward to. Like, but then again, Paramount did the Transformers series. I'm pretty sure they milked that like to the ground. So it's tough. Like I said, the Sonic movie franchise has a big problem after movie 3. Where do we go after movie 3? And that still remains to be seen. That still is a question that we need to figure out.
It's just not written very well. Like I said, it's written like a mediocre.
I think Jim may retire after the third movie unless he can find a way to return to the role. That's what I'm like I said, a lot of problems. It could be the end, but what if this movie makes like 500 million plus? You don't end it. I don't think you end it. I don't think you do.
A sitcom. And it made episode 2 very hard for me, man. It just wasn't funny. The first episode, the setup, all that stuff you saw in the trailer where you had Knuckles coming in and turning the house into Game of Thrones and kidnapping people and whatnot. That stuff was funny, but all that's in the first episode. What they're showing you right.
The first episode, that's where the Sonic and the Tails and the more Sonic-y stuff is going on. Like, so we'll see how my review is. I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna go in with an open mind, even if I'm just judging it based off of how it is as a show, not necessarily a Sonic show. I'll do that.
Right there. That's why I said that gets old after a while. They're stretching it out. I would say that maybe it picked up for me in episode 3. By the time we get to episode 3, and the start of episode 3 is really bad too, because this is where Wade hangs out with his family and he argues with his sister, who somehow miraculously is way more annoying than he is.
Yeah, it's the actress Edie Patterson.
What if it really has no connection to the third movie, or they can not say because Paramount? No, I think if they have an embargo for the reviews, these people were allowed to see the show early, so I would imagine that. I take their word for it. I think I agree with it. Maybe there will be some Sonic Movie 3 related material shortly after the show drops, potentially, or yeah, that's probably what I would imagine.
She plays pretty much that character and everything. She's very good at what she does with the ad-libbing, but she is more annoying.
Yeah, them together. Their mom hates it. You can tell. She's just like, damn, I'm just trying to get together for
yeah, that's funny.
Dinner. Y'all 30 years old, act like a bunch of dumbasses. Stabbed each other with forks. Actually, just stabbed his ass out of nowhere. I know. I thought that was kind of
that's crazy.
That was something I didn't see coming.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny, but I did like the second half of of episode 3, and things start picking up for me there because things are getting weird. At the second half of episode 3, first of all, the mom, Wade's mom, comes in, and she's played by Stockard Channing, and I swear she wanted to have sex with Knuckles. She kept.
Oh, nah.
Act like he had some sense in that house.
Exactly. Knuckles was he was sitting there, and she kept giving him the sexy eyes and kept talking about how she's been alone this whole time and was rubbing them big old marshmallow hands, and I was like, damn, you want him? I
Hey,
think.
man, he came in, he was complimenting her, flattering her.
Yeah, no, he was.
It's probably
He
been a
was.
while.
Yeah, that was. Shit, I don't care if it's a man or a damn alien rodent. I'm gonna get some dick today. And she was, and yeah, she even told me like, hey, you want to get a
Yo, chill.
massage somewhere? And I'm like, okay, you try to hit that.
Right,
I know what you're doing. But and Stockard Channing's old. She's old entertainment, man. So she's kind of funny. It was also a scene where everybody kind of sat down, and it was kind of compared to the rest of the show, it was a little more quiet, a little more subdued. And Knuckles sat down, and her and Wade's mom talked about Jewish culture, and I thought, you know what, this is kind of cool. It's a little slow, but it's kind of cool they would settle down like this and do this. And they actually have a cool fight scene, Knuckles and Wade's mom at the end of that. But by the 4th episode, Martin, see, this is where things got weird. And I thought, okay, this is getting weird for the better. Now, I don't think it's still great at this moment, but I thought, you know what, if it's not going to be the Knuckles show, then just go ahead and just go crazy and do your own thing here.
Yeah, that's where it is right there.
Just do something. Just get stupid with it. And that's kind of what they did with this. They started. It becomes absurdist and it becomes surreal. I say it's surreal because it's surreal how they just pushed Knuckles out, and it wasn't even a Sonic movie anymore.
Oh, no. It had nothing to do with Knuckles at that point, other than them putting on Knuckles the musical.
Wait, what?
I will say that
There's a musical scene?
the show, right after the first episode, once we get on the road trip, it lost me. That
Wow.
Nickelodeon style writing,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I kind of had high hopes for this. And the way this opened, I thought was pretty good. Now, I will say I was a little turned off because less than 2 minutes in, it stopped for Knuckles to do a Doritos commercial.
Oh,
and
they
What?
blatant. And they were hawking Lay's chips throughout this thing. I'm like, wow, the camera's just doing a close up on a bag of Lay's chips right now. Well, y'all got no shame.
Oh, my man straight up said, "What are these Doritos?
Cool Ranch Doritos.
I want to go to the planet. I want to meet this Cool Ranch Dorito."
To frolic in the Cool Ranch. It's like, yeah,
That's funny.
damn,
I feel like it's kind of funny though. Yeah, right there. Listen. Knuckles is funny, man.
Right there, my man going out. He's going off on those chips, man.
I mean, I'm not even being hyperbolic. It stops to do a Doritos commercial.
Yeah.
So I was already like, oh, I don't know about this. But yeah, after the opening, this show was really kind of turning me off, and I was down on it. And then it hit the 4th episode, and I thought, more like that,
Yes.
where you're going nuts, you're having fun, you're getting absurd, you're getting wild. It's musical. This is interesting. This I'm enjoying. I was giving up on the show. This right here is working for me.
What's
Yeah,
up, yo? What's good? What's up, Zion? How you doing?
Let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
Change your
because
review?
in the 4th episode. So I don't know
People were telling me to check this one out.
what the influence was for this 4th episode,
I think it was the actor.
and that's what I was
One
going to
from
say.
Mighty Boosh.
So Julian Barrett, he takes over. He plays the best friend of Wade. Is it Wade?
Yeah.
So he's the best friend of Wade. I'm not gonna tell you what happens with him, but he's the best friend of Wade. And this character takes over the episode, and it changes to an episode of this dude's old show, The Mighty Boosh. And I played The Mighty Boosh for you before, but The Mighty Boosh is like this very absurdist and surreal comedy where they come in and they bring in colorful, crazy characters and they do a lot of musical numbers. And that episode turned into an episode straight up of The Mighty Boosh.
What the hell is
He
this?
was playing, but the 4th episode turns into something almost just like that. It's crazy. And what made it so cool is because they did this thing. The props are cool. The sets are cool. They do all this stuff with puppetry, and it's like they put on a big play.
Yeah.
Except it's also kind of breaking the 4th wall because the characters do a lot of looking at the camera. They acknowledge that this is a show. They even acknowledge all the puppeteers that are working on the sets and whatnot. I was like, all right, you know what? This is what I'm talking about. If you ain't gonna be Knuckles, then just
No,
go
I
ahead and do
definitely want to watch this because this sounds wacky. Yeah, honestly, I mean, they're saying it gets better later on, so that's good.
Do this, yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, it's the play of Knuckles because Ward has to wait. God damn it, Wade cares about that guy. Get up later. Wade has to on his journey. He has to think like Knuckles, so his mind he becomes Knuckles. And they could have done some lame ass joke with that, but they did a whole production of him becoming Knuckles with just these cool sets and costumes. And I was like, I love this part. I love that part right there.
Really?
I laughed.
I'm surprised because we saw screenshots of this and I was like, this part looks kind of weird. I know exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about the screenshot with Knuckles or Wade wearing a Knuckles costume and he's on Angel Island. So really interesting.
Out loud at a lot of that stuff. I thought that was great, man. I thought that was very creative, man.
2x speed because the attention spans are cooked. Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, by the
People
time
say they don't like this review, so we're gonna 2x speed it.
5th episode.
I actually watch a lot of videos on 2x speed. It's just better for me.
It's not even his show at all anymore, man.
Does he appear all in the 5th
No,
episode?
they stopped to say, oh yeah, Knuckles.
Yeah.
And he busted the walls like Kool-Aid, man. But I'm surprised he didn't throw them damn marshmallow hands. I'll be like, You know, y'all have it, man. It's crazy how it's not his show anymore.
It is.
It's not even a Sonic property anymore. Not at all.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, the whole driving thing and the people looking
Sonic
for him,
Heroes mid?
that's not
No.
even a part of it by the 5th episode.
No. What they do is, I'll tell you what it turns into.
Would you prefer if they continue after 3? Would you prefer if after 3 they continue without Carrie, or reboot it and make an animated Sonic film? Well, the thing is, with an animated Sonic film, you could do a lot more. So, animated would be cool. It would be really cool.
This is wild, y'all. By the time they get to the 5th episode and get into what
The thumbnails looked like they didn't like it, but it seems like they were having a blast. They just don't like Wade much. Seems like having a blast part is true, which is good, yeah.
real plight is, and the real plight has nothing to do with Knuckles at all. None. By the time you get to the 5th episode, it turns into the family-friendly version of this movie.
I need you now more than ever I need you.
Yo.
That's Kingpin, the bowling movie. Now you think I'm kidding? This turns into Kingpin.
Yes, it
Wow.
does.
Kingpin and maybe a little bit of dodgeball thrown in there.
I thought about both of those.
Yeah,
But
it's a sports comedy.
Yeah.
It's not a Sonic movie. It's not a Hedgehog. It's not a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's not a Knuckles show. It's not a Sonic, a Knuckles, anything. It's a sports comedy starring Wade.
yeah,
Wade.
Yeah, that last final episode was just
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm still excited. I'm still going to watch it, but we want more Knuckles, right? I personally want more Knuckles.
straight up Kingpin. I was like,
Hi, Sonic Club, I'm new. What's up?
man, I mean, I get that like Kingpin could be an influence, but I feel like you guys are, this is almost copyright infringement what you're doing here.
It's straight up Kingpin.
Yeah.
What happens is, Wade finds out that his dad is actually.
Well, like, can you talk about that? Because they made a big
Oh,
deal about
okay, all right.
giving away plot.
Okay,
Video
so-
idea: get your fiance to let her choose your skin in SSS. I think I'd rather do a non-SSS video with her.
And I cannot talk about that. I cannot talk about that at all. I will not talk about that. I won't say. You're right. Thank you. Boy, you got me out of trouble.
We're watching Knuckles show reviews.
Because I was like, man, they put a lot of disclaimers on here. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this.
They
Like,
should do.
Can we talk about the movie at all?
Damn, even
we don't know.
Even Knuckles like say another goddamn word. If you were looking for Knuckles, you might be disappointed. But I gave up. I'm going with this. Whatever it
Wow.
is. It's not all that great, but they have a lot of funny moments in there. And I can't even tell you what.
See, there it is. They hate Wade, so that maybe is a big influence on their decision making. And then they said there's funny, good moments. So
One of the funniest things
We'll
in
see.
there is now they showed in the trailer. What I can tell you is you have some funny appearances too. They showed in the trailer, so I guess I can say it. Paul Scheer and Rob Hobel show up, man. And I thought that they were pretty funny in there.
I was.
I don't even know who these guys are.
Because that thing of the clueless crass sportscaster,
Yeah.
that's been done to death.
Oh yeah, it
They're
has.
also
But
comics, so they
you're
go
right.
in
I think
open-minded
their moments
is
was
best
funny.
take.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
for
all right,
sure.
this is going on a little long in some
Yeah.
parts, but I like them, man. They were just like you say, clueless, snarky sports announcers.
And didn't they have that in Kingpin?
They had that in Dodgeball too.
Yeah.
And I think that in Kingpin definitely they had it in Dodgeball
Yeah.
because what's his name was one of the announcers. You man from Jason Bateman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
He plays like an extreme sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking shit about the whole game. Like I said, every now and then they be like, oh yeah, this is
I don't
nuts.
even remember who Wade is from the movies. He's one of the human characters. He's like the sidekick cop from the first and second movie.
What you want me to do? Go beat up something. They had and you know what? So he comes in, like I said, I'm baffled, and I'm baffled by the way the show just even ended too. It was-
Yeah.
Oh, should we skip this part?
Like, well, okay, it went off, I guess.
Yeah, I can't. Again, I won't say anything. But yeah, it just
Okay, all right. So there's gonna be maybe a cliffhanger.
kind of went off, man. It went off like almost like the way they parody a sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, man, I was baffled by the end. But I did like the second half better. By the end, I even like Wade a little bit better, man. I thought Wade didn't get on my nerves as much. He wasn't doing as much buffoonery as he was before. And I think kids will like it, man. They have enough. They do have enough of enough fight scenes. They do have enough effects. From what I read, this has 300 more effect shots than the Sonic movies did. So
All right. I mean, that does it for you then.
That's
No,
good.
no,
That's
no.
good.
But I think kids will like it. I think there will be a moment where they'll be like, well, where'd Knuckles go? But there's still enough going on. Still enough silliness going on in that second half to probably keep them going. And it does take a while to get going, man. But I think it does get better. The budget shows here. Still, I would say this. I'm just being honest here, and I'm just seeing through that bullshit. This is the show less about Knuckles, and it's more of an excuse to put something out there.
Yeah, to keep the IP going.
Yeah, to keep the
Keep the IP going. Well, hey, it's filler. It's filler content. It was always filler. It was always supposed to be filler. Once we heard that plot synopsis 1 year ago today, and I dropped that video saying there might be a big problem with the Knuckles series, it all came true.
IP going to keep Sonic on our minds while we wait for Sonic 3 to come out, and that's coming out at some point.
That's all
soon.
we
I think
care about is
Sonic
Sonic 3.
So this is a little stopgap to keep that happening, man. But it's like I said, it's fun, man.
It's fun. He said it's fun.
I would give it a high rental, which is cool because it's already on the streaming service.
Yeah. This is that kind of they're pulling the okie doke that Marvel does, where you have 6 episodes of a 30-minute show. It's like that's just a 3-hour movie. It's not cut the bullshit, and that's what this is.
That's crazy that it is longer than both Sonic movies, though.
Episode is just one long movie that's been chopped up into 30-minute segments.
Yep.
And my complaints stand. You see something like this where, yeah, you know what, I like the first Sonic, okay. And I saw that late. But I was like, oh, you know what, Jim Carrey makes this movie.
Yeah.
Second Sonic, I was like, wow, I legitimately like this movie a lot.
Yeah, it was good.
And here, hoping, you know, you get a little bit of that. And you're like, all right, look, it's called Knuckles. I'm not going to get much Sonic. I wasn't prepared to not get much Knuckles.
Yeah.
And I just kept feeling like, this can't be happening. Or usually if there's something like that, maybe there's something of a deeper story that they justify it later. It is not justified. So what you have to realize is that you watch a Sonic movie, and they know Sonic is a game that's been around for a long time. And besides kids liking it, there's tons of adults who grew up with Sonic and love it for that.
That's like me. That's like me. I mean, it does feel like Sonic, especially at one point, really did appeal to everyone.
And you
SA2, like I was taking a walk today, and I was thinking about SA2, and I'm like, there's really nothing kiddie about this game. This game could literally be like rated, I mean, maybe not rated T, because there's no swearing, there's no blood or anything like that, but it's like, it feels like it's not explicitly made for kids. Whereas when you play a game maybe like Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World, you're like, okay, there's like a really stark difference in tone for this game. So
would be that same audience.
Sonic is for everyone, but you know, there's been some conflicting tones throughout the years.
That might come to a Knuckles movie. This movie's not made for you. This movie is made for a much younger audience. Like I can talk to my kids who are in their mid to late 20s, and they talk about, well, these were the good Nickelodeon shows, and this is when it started to go downhill. Well, this is written on that level of those later shows when, you know, my kids would say they went downhill, where, you know, they just figure, hey, a laugh track and kids throwing barbs back and forth will be enough. It was not real craft in the comedy. And yeah, a lot of the characters are just annoying and you're just trying to get from one thing to the next. But the fourth episode I thought was really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the
I thought it was broken. The writing sells it a lot.
Episode.
Yeah. Right? Like, doesn't SA2, it feels like I was really thinking about it. I'm like, what about this screams like made for kids? Like nothing about it.
Despite being a complete
leave the stream by. I'll see you later, bro.
And it had some interesting things in it. But
Thank you
like
for tuning in.
I just think, you know what, I wouldn't say a high rental, but it's a rental. But it's already on Paramount Plus. So if you already have a service and you have an interest, you can watch it. It ain't something to go like, oh, let me get Paramount Plus so I can watch this. Don't do that.
That's what I did. What the hell?
And I think kids will like it, man. Somebody said, I was hoping this would be good for my kids. It is.
It'll be good for your kids.
It was fun. I had a good time with it.
You had a good time with it, and they're recommending that people watch it, even though they were kind of roasting it for a while. It's one of those situations where that's going to be probably, when I watch a show, that'll probably be my criticism as well. Like, there's not enough Knuckles in it, based off of what I'm hearing, but it could still be a good show. It doesn't need to be Sonic to be good. Company doesn't care. No one cares what Sonic fans think.
Kids are not going to see what we're seeing. Kids are not going to remember Kingpin. Kids are not going to sit up here and think about, you know, oh man, what's the ratio of Knuckles to Wade? And they're going to be thinking like, oh, is this moving with colors and fight scenes and funny parts? And honestly, as much as maybe I did not like Wade in this, Wade is a buffoon. Kids love silly characters, you know, so they'll probably even be entertained by Wade.
Totally forgot the first episode was likely the best due to Jeff Fowler only worked on that one. Oh, he was involved. I didn't know if he was. I know he wasn't like the director for the series, but that's good to know that he was. Maybe he wanted. The first episode is like, it's like your thumbnail, right? It's like we want to reel everyone in, so that's why they put Sonic, they put Tails, they put Tika Stumpter, you know, they had Knuckles in there, they had the whole gang. There's probably no Wade in the first episode. It's like clickbait almost. So maybe that makes sense.
Listen, I don't give.
You know, TikTok is getting banned. Yeah, I saw that. They're throwing shade at Sonic Hub. Who?
Kids are like it. If you make something called Knuckles, God damn it should be about Knuckles, okay? Don't make this the Wade, the lamest of shows for Wade over here. You know, it's like it became his movie. You know what they should call it? Knuckles and Wade.
They should have. Well, plus by the third episode, it's really just about him and his family. Knuckles just sitting back eating dinner.
Knuckles is gone. Do you hear me? And Wade took over. It was listen, for kids that's fine, but let's I know y'all be saying something. Y'all some grown ass man. You'll get mad, but no. You know, I'm like you. I saw the second Sonic movie and enjoyed it. I even liked the first Sonic movie. I didn't love it, but I was all right. So you know what? Yeah, we got expectations.
Yo, that's good. That's good to see that they like the second Sonic movie, though. I think the third movie is gonna be a banger. We're all in on the third movie.
I saw that trailer. I said, shit, I came in to see what the hell this dude.
Also, before you sit your kids down to watch it, make sure you go buy some.
WL 7 months, weird, right? Happy to support y'all. Thank you, Ledzimus, for being a 7-month VIP channel member. That's amazing, bro. Thank you.
Ranch Doritos because they're gonna be asking for it.
Yeah, people. Yeah, you know. Listen, if you're a grown ass person and you're a big Sonic fan or whatever, I'm just saying you're gonna probably like it no matter what because you want to. But the real Sonic fans, I would say, if you really want to be satisfied, just wait till the third movie comes out.
Wow. I see he's talking to me now. Real Sonic fans. I'm gonna watch the show. I don't know.
This is just something. Just buy some time till the next movie come out.
Gets a second season. I don't think there's going to be a second season. Maybe you mean like a second spinoff because this is a limited event. So I think it's a one and done. But they do want to do more spinoffs. So it could be like a Shadow spinoff, a Tails spinoff. I don't think they'll do a Tails spinoff, but there could be. They should do a Tails. Yo, movie Tails he's gotten kind of. He was underwhelming in Sonic Movie 2 a little bit. There was some good character development with him, and there was definitely some wholesome moments. But I feel like he did really take a step back. It was a Knuckles movie, let's be honest, and Sonic, of course. But Tails was there, good moments, but it was not like, I feel like he's barely talking. You know, he took a real step back in that second movie.
Dude, they lied.
I mean, that was the only movie he was in, but like had higher expectations for Tails.
They lied.
Yeah, and 6 episodes. They didn't need 6 episodes.
Yeah, you're a liar. You lied. All right, I mean, I'm being nice about this, but you lied. Just admit it. You lied. It's like somebody lies to get you somewhere. Like, man, you didn't tell me, this is what I was gonna be at, but whatever. I'm here. Why don't you just tell the truth?
Yeah, it's like you buy orange drink and it says contain real fruit juice.
Yeah,
and it's like, yep, 2 drops.
Yep. Yeah,
you can't sue us.
You're a liar. And let's just call it for what it is. God damn you.
I was like, so is Knuckles gonna show back up in this thing?
Somebody said Sonic fans have been through way worse. Oh, you'll be all right then.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I'm just saying, boy. Just blatantly lying too. Yeah, Knuckles, this is show. Yeah. You know,
Someone said, what the Sigma?
Knuckles will be back. Don't worry.
At the end, after Wave does all this shit. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do,
all right, yeah, that's a double toasted review. Not bad, not bad. Is there any other reviews of this show? Is there any other reviews? Let's refresh. See what people are saying. What are the people saying? What are the people saying? Any reviews? I mean, we saw this girl's review. There's really not that many reviews out there, at least on YouTube. It's really not. We watched this one. We watched this one. We can watch John Campia. He kind of
Sonic the Hedgehog.
He'll actually give a summary of like all of the. He'll give a summary of all the reviews. So let's check out John. This is the guy that also. By the way, this is the guy that revealed Shadow. Gotta go. I'll see you next stream. I'll see you later, bro. This is the guy that revealed Keanu Reeves' Shadow. By the way, I found a review which said only the 4th episode focuses mostly on Wade, and they're back to sharing decent screen time. So Knuckles reviews are just confusing more than enlightening. I think I have a general gist and vibe of what to expect for the show. I think my expectations are certainly. I think I know what. I think I visually know everything that the show's gonna be about. And I think they're right. I think there is. Kotaku literally on their review, they counted down how many minutes Knuckles was on the show. He was on the screen for 72 minutes, and the show was 172 minutes. So 72 minutes of Knuckles, 100 minutes of no Knuckles on the screen, which I think is the most accurate. It's a little less than the 25% that one guy was talking about, but it's closer to like 40-60 Knuckles to Wade. My opinion is fine that Knuckles isn't the whole thing. I don't plan on watching it only for Knuckles. I also want to see Sonic, Tails, and Wade. Well, that's just the thing, though. Sonic and Tails are only in it for like the first episode, and then Wade is the other. He's on it for a lot. So if you're in it to see Wade, you'll definitely like the show. Like I said.
Movie franchise has been one of the more pleasant surprise things for me. I love it, actually, when I don't think a movie's going to do very much and I don't think it's going to be very good, and then I go into it and I end up having a really good time. That is my favorite thing about movie going. And Sonic the Hedgehog was one of those movies that I thought, this is just going to be stupid and dumb, and I was completely won over by it. I had such a good time with it.
Yeah,
the sequel was equally as charming and wonderful.
Sequel is better.
And one of the reasons the sequel was quite good was because of Knuckles, voiced by Idris Elba.
Such a good casting. He was so perfect as Knuckles. I was kind of skeptical when I first heard his first voice line in the trailer for Sonic 2. I was like, and then he put on a masterclass performance.
Again, I didn't think I was going to like the Knuckles character, but completely won me over, especially at the end when he's talking about getting ice cream and everything. I laughed my...
It's basically a cash grab to have people think it's all about Knuckles, but in reality focuses more on the side characters than the main purpose of the show to see Knuckles. You could look at it. You could certainly make that accusation. Like you could certainly say something like that. I don't want to go that far, and maybe the people who worked on the show, the writers and whatever, I'm sure they worked hard on it, and maybe they have a different vision than what Sonic fans want. No one cares what Sonic fans think. No one. These guys, all the last 4 reviews that we watched were from people that have never even watched, who aren't even Sonic fans. Sonic's, it's a big franchise, but it's not that big compared to something like Mario, So they have to win over the general audience too. So there has to be that balance, and there's money involved, and there's all this stuff going on. You could listen. I was thinking that in the back of my head, though, Raven. That could be something. That could be true. I'm not saying it's not. I didn't see the show, so
Guts out at that. So then
there's a scenario where that's true, though.
they announced they're doing this Sonic limited 6-episode streaming series. And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, I like the Knuckles character. Let's see how it goes. Well, it's coming out in a couple of days, but the first reviews are now coming out, and they're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. As of right now, it's holding a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, which again is not bad. And here's what some of the people are saying. This comes from the folks over at CBR, who are writing, for the most part, the early reviews are giving praise to Knuckles. While Adrian Reyes, but why though, said the series isn't mandatory to watch, that's a good thing. That it's not mandatory to watch heading into Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I hope they're learning from Marvel's mistakes that don't try to tie in your TV shows to the movies because that leads to disaster. Anyway, ahead of Sonic 3, it's a fun watch that is worth the investment. As the critics stated, Knuckles isn't a must-watch to prepare for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. However, for fans of Idris Elba's Knuckles and a feel-good TV series, it's definitely...
Mario movies have nothing, but Sonic is a beautiful story. I did like the Mario movie, to be honest. I thought there was there was something there at that movie. There was the parent plot, with like the parents not really approving of them being plumbers, trying to start their own business and forge their own path in life. They set off on an adventure and really like learn how to, I guess, find their thing, right? And then at the end of the movie, the parents are proud of them. So I think there's something to the Mario movie. But I do think the Sonic movies are better, especially as movies.
Worth your time. They go on to say this. Knuckles embraces the silliness of the Sonic universe, and as a result, the creative team behind the spinoff can unleash its wildest ideas, turning the series into a wacky road trip that perfectly balances the fun and feels, said We Got This covered critic Marco Vito Odo. Also said in a review, Tessa Smith of Mama's Geeky noted, this series is a ton of fun, delivering some hearty laughs, while some truly emotional moments. Now,
there's going to be a lot of laughs in the series, apparently. I mean, that's pretty much every review has said there's some fun to be had, there are some laughs, and even some heartfelt moments, which is good. Thought for a part is better that they didn't tie too much of the next movie in the series, because that's how Marvel series ended up. Yeah, I don't really want them to do that either, so that's good.
It's not all sunshine and golden rings for Knuckles. Some people, again, it's got a 70, which means 30% of the critics watching it didn't like it. A couple of those said this. Meanwhile, there are some more negative reviews. Superhero hype critic Luke White Thompson said Adam Pally's Wade Whipple, quote unquote, comes across as what he is, a grown man trying to channel a 5-year-old.
Wow.
Pramit from Digital Mafia Talkies said, something about the way every single scene in Knuckles is stretched via improvisational acting to the point that its core themes...
How do they know it's improv? I mean, maybe they know better than me, but how do they know it's improv? Everyone's saying that.
It seemed like there wasn't enough material in the script to fuel 6 episodes. All right. One of the first things...
So I feel like if you hate Wade, you're going to hate the show. If you like Wade, it might not be that bad.
You probably point out is that whenever you're going into a movie like Sonic the Hedgehog or a spin-off series called Knuckles, you have to go in understanding it ain't going to be for everybody. It might be for me.
That's
it
true.
might be for you, but it's not going to be for everybody. And that's understandable. And we shouldn't go in expecting 95, 96, 97%. I think one of the criticisms we heard in there about how this guy just kind of comes across as an adult man trying to channel a 5-year-old child. Listen, to be fair, I picked that up too, just from the trailers. Well, and you pick that up too in the Sonic movies as well. I mean, that is, in a movie franchise that completely charms me, that is probably one of the characters I could do without, to be honest. No criticism on the actor portraying the character. It's just the character. I'm not really big on the character, so I could totally see that. But I'll tell you what, if this show can...
People can have opinions, but I'm seeing a lot of people attacking Adam, a.k.a. Wade, on Twitter. Yeah, that's crazy. That's messed up. I mean, how are you going to attack the personal guy on Twitter? That's so, like, people are so detached from reality. It's actually insane. People have no sense of empathy. They can't read the room. Like, it's crazy that people just attack someone personally because they didn't like the character they played in the show. It's disgusting.
Just deliver a basic baseline, because I ain't going into this looking for Shogun, all right? I'm not going into this looking for Breaking
Love your
Bad.
videos? Yo, thank you, bro.
I'm going into this with some of the same expectations I go into a Sonic movie with. I want you to charm me. I want you to make me laugh.
Okay.
And I just want to have a good time, right? I understand the plot
I wonder if this guy probably didn't watch the show because he leaked out Keanu.
Deep. I understand the dialogue isn't going to be the sharpest, and that's okay, and that's fine. I don't need you to be one of the top 10 best shows of the year. If it can deliver that baseline for me, I will walk out happy. Now, I am not the biggest Sonic fan in the room. That title probably goes to Ray.
That goes to me
as the bigger Sonic. But I'm just curious, are you looking forward?
I must say though, they nailed the visuals. Have you seen the show, or are you just talking about the trailers and stuff? Because I mean, it does look pretty good. The quick clips that we saw were really good.
To Knuckles? Are you wanting to see Knuckles, and what do you think about the stuff we're hearing about Knuckles right now?
Well, listen, he's this guy that I forgot the actor's name. He looks like he's gonna be
Adam Pally?
yeah, he's gonna be pretty good in this series. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, it's something to watch. Like I said, I need all my days filled with at least something to watch.
Yeah.
It
Bit like a second movie. I just didn't like the wedding scene, but it wasn't a major flaw. I still like the human characters. I never hated the human characters. Like, I don't understand, like, I get it. Like, the wedding scene kind of sucked in the sense that, like, it really hogged up a lot of the runtime, but, like, maybe make it, like, 5 minutes shorter. Even the dancing scene, I didn't like the dancing scene that much. We could have went without the full dance off. I feel like that part was, like, really, I was cringing when I was watching that part. I was like, come on, bro. But the underlying message of the dance scene after, when Sonic and Tails bond and become brothers, like, it's important, but like the dancing part was like, oh. But then again, I am a grown man, so it's different, all right? It's different. It's not about, it's not about, the movie should not appeal to me.
looks cute. I mean, if you go on Paramount Plus, they have two little
Talking about the trailers? I wish I saw them early. Yeah, facts.
Clips and videos of meeting or introducing Knuckles like he's a real person, like the actors are talking about him. And then another one is the cast doing doing their best impressions of Knuckles. I find it all charming. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna hate this. It looks cute. I mean, it's a build up to Sonic 3. I'll watch this. I'm not gonna expect too much, but
that's me. That's how I'm feeling.
How it goes. I think it comes out.
I never was. It wasn't much about the humans. More of like, dude, is a filler. Move on. Yeah, definitely a filler scene. You know what the thing is though? You know how many millions of dollars they probably saved in that 10-minute stretch? It's probably like, I mean, as a YouTuber, it's like, you know, the video's about to be 8 minutes. You throw like an intro, you throw a little outro. I'm sure for them, that probably saved them a lot of money. So they're like, let's stretch the scene out as much as we can. Now add people about watch a show that's not even out. These people haven't watched the show, but they're just reading reviews. So obviously review outlets have received, they've seen the show. We're watching all the reviews of people who have seen it. So there's certainly some perspective out there. It seems kind of consistent in terms of like the content. I mean, obviously the content is the content, but I feel like I personally have a really good grasp of what to expect.
April 26th, right?
Yeah, so, which is like, that's in like 3 days.
And it's probably all going to drop at the same time, probably, right? I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I don't know what has Paramount mentioned what they're doing with it?
I'll find that out after.
The Sonic and Mario films are like their games. Sonic has much more interesting stories while you play and watch Mario for a fun time. Hey, that's actually a good point. That is actually a good point.
Get the stuff off my screen. But yeah, well, either way, I'm going to watch it all. It doesn't seem like a long series, maybe 6 episodes.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, I haven't read this, so I might be wrong, but I'm guessing they're probably going to be like 30-minute episodes.
And just them saying this has nothing to do, or you don't need to watch this before Sonic 3 is perfect. It's like a your choice thing.
It's absolutely perfect, because I'll tell you what, I would have been really nervous for them if they made this Knuckles series and it's like, you got to watch it because it leads directly into Hedgehog 3, and you're not going to know what's going on in Hedgehog 3 unless you watch the series, because if they do, they'd totally be screwing themselves, because not a lot of people have Paramount Plus.
And speaking of, just to go back, do you remember when Sonic was first being developed and they had an original look for him?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the backlash?
Yep.
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the movie franchise has come the Sonic movie franchise really came back from the dead. I cannot believe, like, it's really crazy to think about how the Sonic movie franchise started off with that dog shit freaking model, and then they just did a complete 180 redesign, which costed like $5 million or something like that.
I can't believe
it's totally paid off.
It felt like yesterday that happened.
Oh, it did feel like yesterday. I still don't listen. Was the new design better? 100%. I'm absolutely on that side. 100% it was. Would it have changed a really good movie into a bad movie if they kept the original design?
Yes, because people on the internet, a lot of people don't really know how to think critically sometimes. People would meme on the movie, and in a lot of people's minds, they would read the memes, and that would become reality. People would meme on the design of Sonic, and it doesn't matter what the plot is, because people would just be memeing on it. It brought a lot of awareness for the movie too, I would say. Some people say it was intentional, but let's not kid ourselves about the nature of people online and headline culture and people creating narratives in their own head that get retweeted a bunch, quote retweeted. Let's not give people that much benefit of the doubt. I do think that the design played a big role in the movie's success. without a doubt.
No, it still would have been fun. It still would have been funny. I still would have liked it.
Do you remember the last time that happened, or was that the first
To be
time
generous, I mean, let's be generous here, all right?
that ever happened where there was a backlash against something? And
Let's
they
not get disrespectful now.
just changed it.
And they changed it.
I mean, they look like they were already in production. Like they filmed already some shots.
Yeah.
Or
Now,
maybe
here's the thing: the advantage they had though was that it actually wasn't that big of a deal to change the design, because it wasn't like they had to go back in and redo all the sonic effects, because all in 3D animation,
they changed his eyes.
well, and they
Basically.
changed a number of things about them, right? But here's the thing: in 3D animation, there are different things you do. There's the model, that's what the thing looks like. But then there's, I know everybody's gonna giggle, you bone it. You put in the bones, the skeletal structure, and you use that to make your animation. They didn't have to redo any of the animation. All they literally had to do was remake the model and then say, okay, apply this model to the animation. And that's all they really had to do. So it wasn't that big of a process. I'm sure they had to do, I'm oversimplifying it, absolutely. But I honestly can't remember, like, halfway through a bunch of other things, like halfway through production, that they'd made a change like that. But, well, except for Daredevil, but that's not a character design issue. They did that too. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video,
Oh my
The
God.
Wellness Company. Okay, so you wake up with a scratchy throat, congestion, runny nose, and cough. You know your body. You know you're getting sick. So your choices are:
What is this? What do we
tough it
got
out,
here? I
get
might, I
sick,
might have to buy something here.
and take time off work, or hope the doctor can see you this month, or
Where's
wait
my
2
phone?
hours at urgent care and sit in a room full of sick people, or open your medical emergency kit. Match your symptoms to the doctor recommended prescription. Start on the right meds and nip this in the bud now. Your medical emergency kit is not a first aid kit. It comes with doctor prescribed meds to treat over 39 medical issues, strong antibiotics for infections of all types, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, bronchitis, and so much more. Plus, a doctor's easy guide so you'll know exactly what to take and when. There's no waiting to see the doctor, no waiting at the pharmacy. It's all in here. Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes. This is for you. What do you think about this? The initial reviews for Knuckles are pretty positive, with some
Pretty
criticisms
positive.
in there. Have you been looking forward to this series? Do you even like the Sonic franchise? Whatever you
Yes.
guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video.
I kind of want to see what people are saying in the comments.
Make sure you
Maybe not this video though. Maybe of the other ones, like the ones people were actually watching. People who actually watched it, I kind of want to see what their reviews are. The rumors are true. Knuckles is barely in the show, or the run is overrun by human characters. Truly a Kangaroo Jack moment. I kind of like the Kangaroo Jack movies. It's been a while since I watched it, but I remember that from back in the day. If it was too see what else. Sonic IP is rich with villains from games and comics. Why are we using lame human characters as villains? Wait until they find out about Dr. Eggman. Wait until this guy finds out who Dr. Eggman is. Wait until this guy, until they find, and then he says, "I want to see Surge." Then it's like, okay, dude, like, this is what I mean. Like, dude, like, they would never do this. No one knows who Surge is. First of all, no one even knows who Amy Rose is. The guy, I forgot who I was watching. I think it might have been these guys, John Campia. He didn't even know who Shadow was, all right? And this guy saying, "I want to see Surge." It's just like, you just don't get it. If you don't get it, you never will. Series holding is 69 right now. Might go back to 75. Oh, did it just go down? Let's see. Ooh, it went down. It went down. It went down. Oh, it's so annoying. 13 reviews. Here's a negative review. I guess we can check it out. Spinoff drops all of its rings. Wow. Spinoff is bound to happen. All right, I don't care about the. Okay, what is Knuckles about? Knuckles forgets who we are here to see. This is one of those right here. Knuckles forgets who we are here to see. Without diving too deep into spoiler territory, we learn much about Wade's family and the childhood trauma he's forced to confront throughout the story. This should work theoretically because Knuckles would be the audience's stand-in as he learns about Wade's past. However, Knuckles rarely even plays the role of a spectator or is often left behind altogether. Instead, we see Wade attempt to foil a evil villain scheme, star in a musical number, and a family reunion gone wrong. Imagine not knowing who Shadow is. I mean, it's just true though. It's like we know who Sonic 06. Look what the Sonic channel posted. Where do you see that? The Sonic YouTube channel. Talking about the Sonic YouTube channel. did they post? Doesn't look like they posted anything. All right, anyways, back to this review, this negative review. We get a series that fails to understand why we're here, leaving us wanting and becoming a pretty forgettable experience overall. Yes, there are some great moments, like the final fight or the witty banter. The rest of Knuckles is lacking, and the show could have been so much more. It's not bad, but maybe there's something left to be desired. Where do you see Sonic? What are you talking about? On Twitter? Probably the first episodes and last one are most Knuckles focused, while the middle is more filler. Yeah, probably true. That is probably true. That is probably true. Probably true. What other reviews we have out there? What else we got? What else do we got? Top critic. This guy's a top critic. How long is this guy's article? I hope it's not too long. Check out this guy. This guy was positive. He was positive on it. What did he give the show? This means that it was good, right? This tomato? I was talking about their community post on YouTube. Checked out the LA premiere of Knuckles this past weekend. Just 2 more days until the 6-episode event. Interesting. Should I comment on it? Should I comment on it real quick? I'm gonna comment on it. Should I comment on it on my channel? I'm gonna say we will be watching. We will be watching. I just commented on it. Okay, anyways. Let's check out this positive. Where's the positive review? Top critic. We got a top critic. This guy is a top critic right here. Give the idea it's a good show, but Paramount had its CGI problems due to being a show and not a movie. A flaw that was feared, unluckily. Yeah, I mean, how crazy could they have really made it? So far, we have 2 Sonic movies. All right, when do we get into the actual show? Is this got spoilers? Two Sonic movies. Having no knowledge of Earth's customs, we hear no pop culture references from his furry mouth. That's what someone said about Knuckles. So maybe Sonic Twitter hates the pop culture references, so maybe they'll like that about Knuckles. He positioned as a parallel to Sonic, grieving his family's demise, which has made for a relatively strong arc. Since one can't have too much on Elba, Knuckles gets his own show on Paramount, a road trip buddy comedy to Reno with Wade, a goofy human. Along the way, he learns the joys of Earth, bowling, and being Jewish. Yes, seriously, okay. Set a little while after Sonic 2, the show opens up in a world safe from Robotnik, meaning everyone can relax. Knuckles, who doesn't comprehend the concept of resting and relaxation, treats everything like it's a gladiator pit. I don't want to, like, spoil it. I don't want to get too into the spoiler stuff. I don't want to get into the spoiler stuff. There's a lot of spoilers in this stuff. I don't know if I want to get into the plot, really. Diverting from the blandness of Sonic's film plotting, writing emphasizes visual gags and larger imaginative scale. Often works due to the buddy duo's witty personas. Something that sounds as tragic as Wade overcoming his abandonment issues comes a recurring joke that works due to the show's outlandish nature. Series features a whole hilarious rock opera-centric episode where he's wearing a Knuckles costume, singing and dancing to the original glam rock tune, featuring a certain silky smooth singer and a reference to Sonic 06, the worst Sonic game ever made. Hey! Show literally went to Wade, the Human, 1, and Knuckles, from what I'm hearing. Scared for the audience score, bro? Feels mixed. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the audience score. Granted, I think Sonic fans will definitely be in there, but I don't know. The writers refined Knuckles' character to his benefit, diverting from his musclehead, dim-witted traits into a confident, jovial guy with a heart of gold and echidna himbo, if you will. I don't know what that means. While I found the ever-so-funny Polly to be the weak point in the features, his silly demeanor tied with Knuckles' battle-ready persona makes for some decent comedy. Their chemistry is even funnier and sweeter than anything between Sonic and Tom the Cop. Interesting. I am interested to see the dynamic between the two characters. I think it'll be good. 06 is the best Sonic game ever? Well, we can't say that. What do you think of the Sonic Frontiers 2 leak? I'm excited, man. I'm excited that they're doing open zone again. I like Sonic Frontiers 1, so naturally Sonic Frontiers 2 could be even better. For me, at least. Right? Alright, what else we got? Beyond the full-throttled weirdness in the writing, including several funny characters and supporting roles, which elevates the comedy, Knuckles' Whipple family members become more prominent in the series. Following an episode where Knuckles and Wade attend their Shabbat dinner. It's bizarre, and in the grand scheme of the silly Sonic cinematic universe, it fits in. Okay. Right on the cusp of the third installment of the movie coming this Christmas, the Knuckles spin-off is a well-rounded diversion to please fans of this gonzo movieverse. While it functions largely as a streaming-only clone of the first film, it displays a personality missing from the mainline movies by veering into the welcome absurdism and whimsy. So he liked it. He said it was good. He said it was good. Did you know that you are the best Sonic YouTuber? We got to put in more work. We got to put in more work, you know what I'm saying? Even though if it has negative reviews, I still don't fathom why Twitter fans reacted so aggressively with insults and hate. Because that's just what they do there. They're like... They're like... Bro. They're crazy over there. They're haters, bro. That's why it's like, I almost want to like the show because they're so annoying. You know what I mean? Is that crazy to say? They're just like... They were attacking people. They were just like vicious about it. You know what I mean? These results are going crazy. What else do we got? So we have one. So we just got our second bad review. It was a 75, and then we just got a bad review come in. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 bad reviews, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9 positive reviews and 4 negative or mixed reviews. 2 of the top critics, whatever the hell that means, have given it a good review. And there's no audience score yet, so there's no score from us. I like Unleash in 06 and Generations. How come you don't do mech reviews like Jack Sonic figures? I've done it before. The video didn't do well though. I'm only gonna put out videos that well, that's not true. I mean, I'm gonna put out videos. I'm gonna try to get the most views possible. I don't think I have a market for doing those type of videos. Play Sonic Prime Dash? Should I? I could play a game right now. I could play some type of game. Wouldn't be against it. If you're a genuine fan of the movies in this world... Oh, this guy gave it a 6 out of 10. What else do we got? So the reviews are not overly the top positive, but they're the show's definitely decent enough to watch. There's definitely some good in it. We need Shadow the Werehog. That'd be funny. Thought apart, Kotaku, most negative reviews still say this is a good show overall. Why fans went instantly with hate with Twitter released anger dopamines to their users. Well, that's just the thing about Twitter. It's just people like farming dopamine. People on Twitter will sit there and trash talk YouTubers for trying to get attention or whatever. But then they'll like screenshot someone's thumbnail out of context and it gets like 5,000 likes and they're farming dopamine, and it's like, aren't you doing the same thing? So yeah, Twitter Twitter is just illogical. It's not really that bad. It's higher than Sonic Movie 1. It's true. It's better than Sonic Movie 1. So, do with that what you will. Right? Do with that what you will.